In the 1990s, The Simpsons had already put its place in history as not only a successful show, but a game-changer for primetime animation. As with most unexpected successes, other studios and networks tried and failed to copy the success of The Simpsons, with such notable misfires as Capitol Critters, Fish Police, as well as Family Dog. Most had just assumed that, hey, The Simpsons is a family show, we could take any kid's cartoon and put it in primetime, and we'll get the same success, and it really wasn't the case. The Simpsons worked in primetime mostly because it wasn't just a show tailored to kids. Adults could really get into the storylines as well as the humor, and it was a show that was made specifically for a primetime audience, something like the earlier seasons of the Flintstones. The three shows I mentioned before, they were more expensive, had a bigger cast, and were shows that clearly would have worked on Saturday morning more, rather than sticking them into primetime in a place where they really didn't feel like they fit into the time slots. In an attempt to finally crack the code and create a successful primetime show that was as successful as The Simpsons, who better to attempt that than two people who worked on The Simpsons, Al Jean and Mike Reiss. With the help of James L. Brooks and many people who worked on The Simpsons' early seasons, they paired up with Columbia Pictures and ABC to give us The Critic. The Critic was a show revolving around the life of New York film critic Jay Sherman, voiced by Jon Lovitz, and featured a ton of movie parodies as well as storylines, and it was said by the creators as in a love letter to New York City. The show ran for 2 seasons, one on ABC in '94 and then finishing its run on Fox in 1995. I've talked about this show a lot, not just here on the channel but also on the website as well. I've done posts for the 20th anniversary of the show and did an episode blog post for the 25th anniversary of the show. And so now, as we're getting close to the 30th anniversary, I'm announcing that on January 1st, 2024, we're going to be celebrating the 30th anniversary of The Critic with a new series of videos coming out starting on January 1st, talking about the 23 episodes of The Critic, as well as the online series as well that came out in the 2000s. This is a show that I love to death. It's one of my favorite underrated shows of all time, and I feel like it needs to get the proper respect it deserves. So starting on January 1st, join us as we take a look as we celebrate the 30th anniversary of The Critic, with new episode vlogs coming out every day starting on January 1st. Hope to see you there.